Hello everyone, my name is Billy, and today myself, Nick and Jackson are going to be discussing and analysing an article called The Quality of Sustaining Reports and Impression Management, a Stakeholder Perspective, published in the Accounting, Auditing and Accountability Journal. The aim of this is to critically review the article and to ascertain if it meets its purpose and if the methodology provides the necessary conditions to achieve optimal results. The article's main purpose is to analyse the views of stakeholders, those being socially responsible investment or SRO practitioners, on the quality of sustainability reports based on a framework developed by an independent international organisation, Global Reporting Initiative or GRI. GRI has developed reporting standards or principles to assist organisations from around the world to understand and communicate their impact on vital sustainability issues such as climate change, governance, human rights and social wellbeing. The main argument or finding of this article is that the SRI practitioners view that the companies often apply the principles in a flexible and dubious manner when completing these reports. As such, the sustainability reports produced by companies could potentially be of poor quality. If the findings support this, it would align with an historical review that companies use impression management strategies to promote the positive results from the reporting and conceal the negative findings. The research design writers relied on semi-structured interviews with different SRI stakeholders and experts to collect their primary data.
Hi, I'm Jackson. I'll be briefly reviewing the article's key points. Basically in this section, we'll be responding to the question, what is or are the main ideas or the main argument that the article is communicating? By conducting 33 semi-structured interviews with different stakeholders and experts, Dominic Dioff and Olivia Borrell from Laval University have outlined and analysed the perceptions of stakeholders, more specifically those of which are socially responsible investment practitioners, on the quality of sustainability reports using the Global Reporting Initiative framework. Dioff and Borrell outline the importance of stakeholders scrutinising the corporate sustainability performance of various organisations, which is supposed to be based on reliable and transparent information. The study, in which was conducted by both Dioff and Borrell, consisted of two research questions. What are SRI users' perceptions of the quality of GRA sustainability reports? And to what extent do these perceptions support the argument that sustainability reports represent vehicles for impression management strategies? To answer both of these research questions, Dioff and Borrell had highlighted and considered the majority of the GRI requirements and indicators, however, decided to focus on only 6 of the principles for defining the quality of sustainability reporting, overlooking the application of the remaining principles. They deemed the 2 categories of principles to be interdependent. The 6 principles deemed as relevant to this study focus more specifically on the application of the GRI principles that define the quality of information in accordance to the perceptions of SRI practitioners. This paper also explored to what extent the discrepancies between these principles and the quality of sustainability reporting reflected on impression management strategies. These strategies are used by companies to enhance the positive aspects of sustainability performance and to conceal negative outcomes. In the context of sustainability reporting, impression management occurs when managers are able to select specific fragments of information intended to mislead readers on the actual performance of the company, distorting the stakeholder perceptions. Considered by Dioff and Borrell, this research paper contributed to 3 main ideas on sustainability reporting to answer their 2 research questions. Those 3 ideas consisted of: number 1, sustainability reporting literature is deemed to be based on content analysis of sustainability reports or theoretical analysis of the reporting process, therefore overlooking the perceptions of stakeholders. This paper provides insight into the quality and reliability of sustainability reports by analysing the perceptions of practitioners in this area. Number 2, shedding light on the reflexivity and critical judgment of SRI practitioners regarding both the transparency of sustainability reports and their use as a reliable tool in assessing sustainability reports. And finally, 3rd, examining stakeholders' perceptions on the quality of sustainability reports. This paper examines the compliance of those reports and the reliability of certification or assurance practices in this area. The findings and results of the study highlighted that although the GRI framework is deemed as a step forward by those interviewed by Dioff and Borrell, The principles for determining the quality of sustainability reports are not applied in practice. Due to the lack of balance, disclosure of overly general and irrelevant information, and overall lack of reliability in the disclosure of information reported by our companies, it is concluded by Dioff and Borrell that the perceptions of SRI practitioners highlight the uncertain application of GRI principles when determining the quality of sustainability reports. This perception reflects impression management strategies used by companies in order to highlight positive aspects of their sustainability performance, misleading readers on the negative outcomes.
So as previously said by Jackson, the research study has two different questions and includes 6 of the GRI principles. The article, however, references other research studies in regard to the remaining principles being essential for decision making, but not in regard to the research questions in this report. The strengths of the article are that the article did involve 4 different types of organisations specialising in SRI. These were analysts and consultants, portfolio managers and investment specialists, financial product advisors, and expert authors specialising in the field of SRI. The article did contain a distinct selection criterion, and there were multiple sources for the interviews, both over the phone and in person. The use of data analytic tools to code and analyse the data and report findings was also included in this report. The weaknesses are mainly around the sampling method. As stated by Bart on an article in 2020, snowball sampling may not allow conclusive results from a research study and may include sampling bias. The other weakness that this study did have is the size. There was only a few different research participants, and they were also only in Canada. It means that the reliability and confidence level of this report may not be huge if we're referring it to an international level. So the improvements or the opportunities for this report to go further. There's obviously not enough evidence from this research that the applicability of the findings will be translatable in any other industry due to the size and the structure of the study and the results. The background into the frameworks was extensive, but future recommendations involve a larger sample size and participants by geographical location and industry and stakeholder type, just to determine whether the GRI framework is being accepted and implemented worldwide, but also being read and understood by all external stakeholders. Other similar studies, as you can see up here, there was an Australian study in 2009 that had 86 students that were currently studying an MBA across 2 universities. There was 4 questions presented to them based on a 1.5-page scenario. This was to essentially assess the assurance level in regards to the sustainability report and the confidence and credibility. There was another study done by EY in 2014 at the GRI Global Conference. There was 246 people asked a series of questions. The main one that was brought back to us at 82% of those people either agreed or strongly agreed that assurance adds credibility to sustainability reports. Of this, nearly 50% of the respondents believe that the following 5 qualities are important qualities in assurance providers. These are independence, technical competence, industry knowledge, use of professional standards, and an existing relationship and knowledge of the organisation. So both these studies focused on, and the results are also confirming that insurance on a sustainability report increases the credibility level and certain qualities that assurance providers should enforce. The different stakeholder groups presented in these 2 research studies would be of high importance to potentially run a similar research study but focus on a larger sample size and also gain the insights for international stakeholders of the GRI.
Based on the review and the discussion today, the article overall was useful for the SRI practitioner in providing evidence that the company's use of principles were often elastic and allowed them to employ impression management strategies to embellish the sustainability reports. This finding was also useful to the academic. However, as outlined by the others, a greater and broader sample size and demographic would have been provided greater academic rigour. The findings of this article have implications on both the auditors and the users of the GRI sustainability reports. Auditors should verify the application of the GRI principles and report users should check the GRI report contents against other stakeholders such as non-government organisations. This counter-accounting process is critical given the dubious information gathering processes and the questionable reliability of the sustainability reports. Thank you for listening and I hope you guys enjoyed.